everyone, Janet here for another lesson with A Course in Miracles, and today's lesson is 58, which is another review. So we are reviewing 5 more lessons, and those are lessons 36 to 40. So those are the ones we have to take in today. So spend 2 minutes with each one, each lesson, and the little statement that goes underneath it. Take it in, remember it, so it's there in your mind, ready, and then whatever comes in your day, whatever distracts you, whatever causes you to feel anything other than peace and love, use the lesson that would fit the situation that you're in. So let's go to the lesson straight away so we know which ones we're going to be using today. So lesson 36, my holiness envelops everything I see. From my holiness does the perception of the real world come. Having forgiven, I no longer see myself as guilty. I can accept the innocence that is the truth about me. Seen through understanding eyes, the holiness of the world is all I see, for I can picture only thoughts I hold about myself. My holiness envelops everything I see. I have to say today, because can you see the sunshine? I mean, I was out this morning with the dog as always, and spring is coming here and it's my favourite time of year, and I just... this morning, like so many things, like just seem to just show to me the presence of God, the presence of this universe, this creator, whatever you want to call it, this presence. And it sent me a sign today, it really did. I was out walking and it was just gorgeous. There wasn't many people out because I was up quite early. The birds were singing, it's like they just seemed joyous. I saw some deer. And then as I was coming up the road, it was like a car passed, a police car with 2 officers in it with face masks on. And I could immediately feel myself going into the fear with COVID, with all of that. And then I just had this quick thought, like, what if I just shifted it and the next vehicle was just more, at peace or something to that effect, I was thinking. And then a couple of, I think it was only a minute later, a van passed with 2 people in it, no masks, and the thing was, on the side of the van, it was saying flowing, and I just thought, flowing, like they're in the flow they're not in fear, they're just flowing in the world, they're going about their day, and this feeling came, it was like a sign, like there you go, Janet, that's the reassurance. And I've had so many incidents like this in my life, like too many to even explain, so the universe is always there, giving you little signs and signals and just anything. It could be anything. It could be a song, the words in the song for you are just right, or it could be somebody saying something to you just at that time, or something you see on TV, or something out. Just anything can, the universe uses, because if we are all one, and we're everything, it's just, there is that interconnectedness with what is going on in your mind and then what comes back at you in the external. So my holiness envelops everything I see. Remember that today and feel into that and see if you have an experience similar. So the next lesson, 37, my holiness blesses the world. The perception of my holiness does not bless me alone. Everyone and everything I see in its light shares in the joy it brings to me. There is nothing that is apart from this joy, because there is nothing that does not share my holiness. As I recognize my holiness, so does the holiness of the world shine forth for everyone to see. So yes, the happier that we are as individuals, the happier we cause this knock-on effect. Like I said the other day, it's like we do shine our lights. If we shine our lights, then it lights up the world. Simple as. It's we just bring joy to each other and we feel it, whether we realize it or not in others. If you keep that happy vibe going, yeah, it just has an incredible impact. And the people who don't feel it, they will go, they won't be in your life. It's like you will attract the ones that are in that zone, and just because you're vibrating that energy, and just stay in it. Anyone tries to knock you off that path, stay centered, stay in here. That's where your power is. Stay inside. Yeah. And just send love, because the ones that are going all, it's just they're in the fear. They're in their mind thinking. So They can easily shift it like we can. It's like we have a choice. We can only change ourselves and they can change themselves too. And it's like when we show each other that there is a possibility to be like this, who knows? You just don't know how it's going to impact. There is nothing my holiness cannot do. Lesson 38. My holiness is unlimited in its power to heal, because it is unlimited in its power to save. What is there to be saved from except illusions? And what are all illusions except false ideas about myself? My holiness undoes them all by asserting the truth about me. In the presence of my holiness, which I share with God himself, all idols vanish. Yes, when we fully let go, when we get out of that wrong-mindedness, we step into something really powerful, because we're not then just a single little identity. We're part of the whole. And wow, that's powerful, because that's the source in which we came. That's the source in which we are. And we're part of that. So when we're starting to walk around the world and we know that, it's like you can call on that power to really shift things in your world. Because in your world, internally, there is a guide. There's a guide there, and it's leading you towards the path of least resistance. It's leading you towards a path of why you're here, the divinity, everything. And if you watch that video I shared, The Miracle of Life, that shows you that this like intelligence that is out there, that is kind of, it guided all the cells basically to make you who you are, and it didn't stop at that end point when you were born. It's now here, around you, always, in a bigger universe. Yes, you're outside, you're in what we call, but what we've given meaning to everything and what we've made it separate. It's almost like we came out the womb and we thought, oh, now I'm a little individual body, and now I need to, label everything, and I need to know what everything is for, because I feel uncertain. I don't know where I'm going. We're not meant to know our present moment. The guide inside leads us every moment to moment, and it's getting in tune with that. It's starting to acknowledge that something like every day we should be asking, like, what do you want me to do today? What should I do? How do I interact with this? And like allowing something else to like lead us from the heart, not from the head, not the head that's either in the past or the future, and it's constantly, it's like I was walking today again, I had a lot of insights today, and I think it's because I'm in nature and it's just peaceful and it just brings you back to who you are. But I was looking at these magpies flying, and there was two of them, and they were flying from tree to tree, and then there was a few more, and I was getting into the joy of that, and then all of a sudden I heard these gunshots, because obviously people around here do shoot wildlife. And I was starting to get into the pain, the suffering and going into that. And then I just thought, let's look at that. Look at how I look at the world. It's very split from love to fear. And we can stay in that presence of love, because we don't know what death is. We don't know. None of us do. What if death means that you're going to a wonderful place, like you're part of the whole again? You're just going into like the cycle of life. It's like we come into the world, we go out, and we recycled into something new, and then it's like that. It's just all the consciousness, the thoughts, and the identity we've given ourselves. That all gets wiped possibly when we die, and then we just come back, and we come back into a new individual. So we don't know, for those who die, if we mourn them, but we are mourning their loss because we think we've lost them. But what if we haven't? And that's the biggest thing in life that causes fear, death. It's the biggest. If we can come to peace with death, I don't think you'd fear anything in life. Like, what's COVID about? It's all about death, isn't it? Everybody's terrified about it. And if we didn't fear that, we'd just get on with our lives, wouldn't we? That's how amazing it would be. But yeah, that's a big leap, a leap of faith, I guess. So there is nothing my holiness cannot do. That was lesson 38. Lesson 39. My holiness is my salvation. Since my holiness saves me from all guilt, recognizing my holiness is recognizing my salvation. It is also recognizing the salvation of the world. Once I have accepted my holiness, nothing can make me afraid. And because I am afraid, everyone must share in my understanding, which is the gift of God to me and to the world. So my holiness is my salvation or my freedom, which it is. It's like, you know, we've got the choice. We have the choice to really let go and be free. And when we're free, it's like we free up the world as well. We free it from all the meanings we've given it, all the judgments and all the, and we forgive ourselves for that. You know, we forgive ourselves for being so judgmental, kind of it, and guilty and all of these awful feelings. We let them go, we surrender, and we are given freedom. You know, we're given freedom from the chains of our mind. So yes, my holiness is my salvation. When you connect to that huge presence around us all, you're free. And the final lesson today is lesson 40. I am blessed as a daughter of God. Herein lies my claim to all good and only good. I am blessed as a daughter of God. All good things are mine because God intended them for me. I cannot suffer any loss or deprivation or pain because of who I am. My Father supports me, protects me, and directs me in all things. His care for me is infinite and is with me forever. I am eternally blessed as his daughter. Yeah, just realise you are blessed. We are all blessed to be here, to have this life, and to, it's like we're missing so much when we don't stay present. We're not seeing the joy in it because we're in an illusion in the head going back and forth and back and forth. And when you start really sort of calming your ego down, like saying, look, it's all right. You're not going to die. You're not going to suffer. Just be quiet. Let me see this moment. You don't need to sort out what's going on ahead of you. You don't need to sort out what's been behind me. Please let those things go, ego. It's like be loving to your ego in a way that it will calm it. Because it's suffering in that. It's like, oh, we've got to figure something out. We've got to get this done today. What about what so-and-so did yesterday or the past or years ago or whatever it is? We need to get justification for that. It's like, wow, that is so exhausting to live like that. It's like, everything you have is right now. Right in this room for me is everything I have right now. Talking on this video is what I'm doing right now. And then beyond this there'll be another now. You know, in a few more minutes I'll be somewhere else. I'll be doing something else. It's like we only have this moment and they're so precious. So fully feel it, be present with it, and listen to that inner voice. It's going to guide you in those moments to moments. It's going to tell you where you need to go. Feel into it. You'll know, you'll get the nudges. It's like start getting more in tune with that and less in tune with this. And that's the key to really just bringing it all together. So let's have a quick recap of all these lessons. So you've got lesson 36, my holiness envelops everything I see. Lesson 37, my holiness blesses the world. Lesson 38, there is nothing my holiness cannot do. Lesson 39, my holiness is my salvation. And lesson 40, I am blessed as a daughter of God. So yes, you are blessed, and I hope you have a blissful day, and we'll see you tomorrow, everyone. Enjoy. Take care.